Hey, welcome to the channel. This reading is going to be focused on the energy of Richard, Gadd, and Fiona, Harvey. I hope I said their names correctly. If you're new here, I'm Melissa. I like to be a fly on the wall. I like to buzz through the blinds of the person on my mind. And right now, I want to focus on the energy of Richard and Fiona. I kind of want to look at what Richard and Fiona were feeling about one another back when they first met, and just over that period of time, I guess, during their connection, and about how they feel about each other now. And this is a general reading, and it's for entertainment purposes only. I'm going to be using two different decks, one for each energy. I'm just feeling like that's how I should do this. And if you've watched Baby Reindeer, I guess that's why you would be here. Yeah, I was pulling cards from my own self on these two people, and I thought what was coming out was kind of interesting. So I said, let me do a reading and see. I'm going to start with Fiona. And I don't know how I feel about that Piers Morgan interview. I could do a whole bunch of videos just on my opinion and rant about that. But let me just going to let the cards speak and see what they have to say about Fiona. I want to tune into Fiona's energy from back then. I want to know what was representing Fiona's energy. I want to know what she was feeling. Show me overall, like, her overall energy back then. What represented her, what she was feeling when she encountered Richard for the first time, and the overall feelings about the connection. One card came out, the Empress. One card, that's interesting. Well, that would say to me she was hiding things, or doesn't want me to see these things. On the bottom, I see a 5 of Swords, a 6 of Swords, and Strength. I saw Strength for her before. So the Empress is like all the queens in one. She's a nurturing energy. This could be saying that she felt that, she feels, especially back then, that she was a nurturing energy to Richard's life. But let me look deeper, because this could also be like she saw herself as the ultimate woman, feminine energy. This could have to do with mommy issues, alright? So show me more. Why is the Empress here to represent everything? Page of Cups and the Devil. Okay. So the fact that, like, so few cards are coming out. I see the World on the bottom, a Knight of Pentacle, 10 of Cups. This would say to me one of two things. When I see, like when I ask about, I do a reading like this, and I get like one card, and then I ask another question, and it was like these cards came out together, kind of. It's not a lot. This says to me either her feelings were very straightforward, like this is what she was feeling, boom, that's it. There wasn't or is not like all these hidden feelings and such. Like, this could be saying that she felt that this person made her feel like a woman, that she wanted to nurture this energy, that she wanted to come across, and that she saw herself. Whether you feel that it's, delusional or not, whatever, but that she saw herself as the ultimate feminine energy, nurturing, even someone that could help maybe Richard, mother him, and help him become who he desired to be. That's what I just felt. This Page of Cup, these are the words. I usually say when I get pages, they have to do with the words. Cups are about love. So these are like the messages of love. And we see underneath it the Devil. Sometimes we say Capricorn energy, but more so, it can be someone that's obsessed. So obsessed with the messages of love. And I'm feeling this, I just felt it, saw it as I'm holding it. Like, you know, I assumed this had to do with her being obsessed with messaging him, but I almost feel and felt that she was obsessed with, like, getting messages from him, or, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if she was messaging him so much, just, like, desiring a response. But anyway, yeah, the devil's there, so that's about obsession. Can be connected to, you know, passionate energy. And here on the bottom, we saw the world first. I was just covering the boobs because YouTube don't likes it. So the world is there. That sometimes makes me feel like this energy. First, the world's a completion. So there could have been something to do with her desiring to, like, grow old with this person, like complete life with this energy. But more so in this card, the energy's naked. Sometimes I feel like it talks about us wanting to bare our souls to someone. Sometimes when I see the world card in a reading, when I'm asking about feelings, a person's feelings for another, that it can have to do with how this energy wants that energy to, like, she could wish or have wished that Richard would be part of her world, make her his world, or she wants to make him her world. Underneath it, the Knight of Pentacles, which, of all the knights are about action, but the Pentacle energy is slow. This energy's patient. So to her, like, I don't think she sees herself as an obsessive. I think, like, I don't feel that here she sees herself or saw herself, or even to this day maybe would see herself as someone that was obsessed. This devil being underneath this card the way it came out could even represent that this is something that she doesn't face or suppress, or like even might have felt that he's obsessed with her. Something, you know, that is not on the conscious level, you know. Even suggested, I just felt it, like, her seeing it more innocent. The Page of Cups can sometimes be seen like a whimsical, like someone that looks at love all dreamy and goofy. So, to her, what transpired through her eyes could be like cute, goofy, not, you know, but under the surface it's more intense, but she doesn't see it that way. Oh, you know what I mean? I'm just feeling that. Again, this is gem reading for entertainment purposes only. But, yeah, see, I just want to, I don't want the boobs. So, feeling like this is talking about how she would, like, felt, you was there, I said it, about making this person her world, or wanting this person to make them, you know, care about her that same way, and share a life, a world together. Again, the completion, you know, maybe really saw this person as someone she could settle down with. The Knight of Pentacles, patient, okay? Patient, waiting, not having an issue, waiting, and being patient about this. Oh, the three is under that. The Ten of Cups. So this is the emotional fulfillment within the, you know, with another person. For me, like, the Nine of Cups is someone's personal happiness, but a Ten of Cups is like the happiness we share with another. And under that, we see this Three of Swords. So I just felt this. Some of why this energy, you know, could be the way they are, and we learn this, or, you know, some of it from, if, I don't believe any show, I don't care if it says it's based on true events and true, whatever, true story, they're only so true or so factual, So I don't know how much of that show, you know, some blah, blah, blah. But I would say that this energy definitely has pain connected to relationships. Relationships in which they offer their love, how they... I just felt like this energy, Fiona could just, you know, have had and felt a lot of heartbreak connected to specifically Richard, what ended up happening with them, but also that she tried to hide or act like it wasn't as big a deal. But in general, I think relationships, maybe even relationships with others as a young person, relationships with the parents. I don't know if she has a sibling, but if so, I'm just feeling like this could represent not just... I just felt this. So for Fiona, her idea of this love, this type of love, is to recreate what she felt she should have had growing up. Like, she had a dream or desire. Again, this is a general reading for entertainment purposes only, but I feel it from wholeness. I'm just going to say that this energy might have had, like, a fantasy of what love, okay, could be or should be, and hope to find a person that she could create the life she did not have as a child growing up with, like, someone else, you know? You know what I'm saying? Because there was so much heartbreak connected to love in general for this energy. So before I, like, clarify or whatever, this is cool, so, I kind of want to see Richard's energy. Like, the same thing. I'm going to ask about Richard. Like, what was representing Richard at that time in general, you know, just as a person. And what he felt about Fiona. Well, I don't know, allegedly, should I say that? This is for entertainment purposes only. You know what I'm saying. Alright, how he felt about her when he first met her, and overall as the relationship, you know, progressed. So show me what was representing Richard's overall energy as a human being, you know. Okay, so one card, again, much like for Fiona, Martha, one card came out for the overall, like, and it's the Devil. 7, 5, 3. So, why is the Devil here? I mean, I could look at it like, you know, if you... Alright, Temperance. Yeah, so this alright, and on the bottom is King of Wands, the Sun, and the Lovers. So, that's interesting. Alright, so, I feel like the Devil came out. The overall energy of Richard at that time, as a person, whatever, was someone that, and maybe that's why this is over here too, you know, representing, and that even makes me feel, just as I did that, and because I'm seeing that this person, okay, this person and this person feel like they actually shared pieces of each other with one another, or he feels like she saw him. And he feels like he saw her. I don't know if I said, you know what I'm trying to say? So feeling like this represents overall, if you watch the show, like, that energy, being stuck in a dark place, Devil energy, being tempted by things, the earthly pleasures, desiring fame. I'm keeping Temperance over him because the boobs, whatever, I don't want, you know, YouTubes don't like it, and I'm not drawing on my cards no more. Feeling that even Richard, I would say, recognized at the time that he was in a dark place and tempted by Even this could represent like the darker side of entertainment, you know, the desire to be part of that, the willingness to be bound, you know, to these things. Okay, because the devil energies, you know, it's a person that keeps themselves. They don't have to stay chained to the devil, but they stay there. Whether it hurts or not, whether they like it or not, they stay there. It's a choice. So that's what's representing his overall energy. And when I was clarifying it, I got the Temperance card. So Temperance, this is the person, you know, this is about equilibrium, balance. Sometimes someone that's drinking too much, especially with the devil there, you know, have the inability to balance oneself out. So I don't know what his sign is. I just looked it up, but was it Taurus energy? Doesn't really matter, but there's Capricorn energy, he has Sag energy. So on the bottom, there's a King of Wands, there's the Sun card, and there's the Lovers card. So I felt a few things when I saw that, as far as like connected to him as a person, and also this connection with Martha/Fiona, allegedly. I guess I should, whatever. So King of Wands, alright? I feel like it's pretty straightforward as far as representing that Richard is very driven by his ego. This Devil card, alright, Earthly, like very ego-driven, okay? But at the same time, desiring to have some sort of balance in his life, his soul, his spirit, with Temperance here. I think there was this person, obviously, I think you see it in the show, but the cards reflect it, like the conflict within this person's spirit, okay, on their journey. And I really feel like I'm just not to go off on a dingy rant, and I'll try to say this quickly, but my own personal opinion after watching the show, and just I had heard a lot about it. I wasn't gonna watch it because it's kind of heavy, and I didn't know if I was ready, like wanting to just delve into that. I'm glad I watched it, but just overall, whether it was based on true events or not, okay, it's a great show, you know, within itself, right? Fine. My point is, though, for me, when I finished watching that show, I really felt like this is more about Richard than Martha, to me anyway. And I felt like Martha, yes, it's, you know, it's a big, I get it, how do I say this, like, his encounter with that person, okay, he saw, I don't know if it's like he saw himself in her, like, but I almost felt that he felt like he was a broken person, and he was recognizing that this other person is a broken person. I felt there was empathy, but there was also something he was getting out of it because everything he had been through, and I just felt like in some ways it was like if he felt he could understand her or help her, then he could understand or help himself, kind of thing. Anyway, I felt like there was a lot of layers to that, but I really feel it was more about Richard than Martha, and how he was affected by this encounter, you know. But regardless of how you feel about the show, whatever, you know, leave in the comments if you want to talk about the show, because I did find it super interesting. But this King of Wands, really about the ego, and I think this talks about how, you know, his ego was fed by this connection, and the Sun underneath it. So sometimes I feel like the Sun card is, it's sometimes described as the happiest card in the deck. It's like the new beginning, the new day. Sometimes I see it like nothing can be hidden in the light of the sun. I also feel like here, this person at this time, Richard, had a skewed sense of happiness, or what he thought what he thought would fulfill him, like getting together with the writer, the person, right? the television person, whatever. His goals and aspirations, all right? The dream he was chasing, the things he thought would bring him happiness, okay? I think this is reflecting, like, the focus on what he thought was going to bring him happiness at that time, specifically connected to his career and things of that nature. Also, how those happiness, those things that he thought would bring him happiness, or he would find happiness in, were very ego-driven and ego-based kind of things. And the lovers being underneath it, as soon as I saw that, it could say that he felt, that this person felt in her mind that he was her soulmate, right? It could also be saying to me that he saw himself in her, all right? Because sometimes when I see, and I could even look at it like he actually had some, like, love for her. Do I feel, and I mean, he does talk about, like, to her. I don't, like, I'm not gonna go as far as to say that I think, he might have had a few nights where he was drinking a bunch and thought about what it would be like if he was actually with this person, like, in a real relationship with them. But I think this is there more so because he felt like she was like him in the way that, like, this misunderstood, like, broken person. I think he felt they reflected each other to a certain degree. And there's a Knight of Sword underneath that, like, could be like an aggressive energy, in and out, someone that comes in with the truth, ready to fight for what they believe in. Alright, so how, oh my goodness, how did Richard feel about Martha / Fiona allegedly Fiona, towards the end? Like, when he wasn't talking to her anymore, like, when, you know, the end of that. I'm just curious. 8 of Swords to the side. 7 of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the 2 of Wands. So, the 8 of Swords, this would say, like, he found it difficult to let it go. He may have even had conflict about letting her go. You know, he may have been a little obsessed with her as well. Okay? And, you know, I'm going to say that I don't know how true, but in the show, when I was watching, and he was categorizing everything and and he did look, like, obsessed. And I was thinking, whoa. So I don't know if that really happened, but, and this, as I'm looking at it, I feel this also is connected to why he ended up, or needed to. I really feel he needed to I think that this encounter with this person was part of what forced him to have to look at the things he had been holding on to up to that point. The things that had to do with her, but also that had nothing to do with her, right? All the stuff that led up to. If it wasn't for the things that he had been through before he encountered her, he never would have had that type of encounter with her. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's some sort of, like, understanding, or, you know, this, like light bulb moment with that for him at some point. And realizes, like, now, when I see this card, I sometimes see this, like, this is an investment, but this is, like, the seeds we plant. So I almost feel like this has to do with making a choice at some point to, yeah, alright, so to me, like, to actually make the story, to, you know what I'm saying, write the story. One, because it's the only way to release some of these things, or to finally, like, it's cathartic, like, you know, it's a way for this energy to release, not just, like I just said, you was there, all right? If it wasn't for the encounter with this person, I don't think he would have, you know, all right? And I think he recognizes that. Because I don't think he actually speaks poorly of this energy. And I think he actually, in interviews, I didn't watch a bunch of them, but I've seen enough to see. And I felt it when I watched the show, that he, you know, all right? So I think that part of him actually, with that, you know, that lovers card we just saw, because for me, the lovers, it can represent soulmates and a lover, but for me, it's Adam and Eve, and it represents, for me, sometimes the most innocent beginnings of love, and, you know, there's a lot of layers to that card, and I think here, it really shows that, I think Richard actually had, love, you know, depending on how you define that, I mean, for this person, like, he cared about this person, and I think at some point, yeah, puts, you know, has that moment and realizes, like, he can, if he bears his experience, is vulnerable emotionally, or this could actually be the moment where he's on stage, like if that happened in real life, and he just, you know, he's trying to, like, invest in his career, right, doing that, but instead he has that moment where he becomes totally emotional and bears everything, kind of at that crossroad, but it ends up bringing fulfillment, okay? So, I think I'm gonna ask, because the fact that a bunch of, not, sometimes I get too many cards that try to come out, and, you know, it's like too much. But I do feel that both these energies reflect each other in the sense that they want to hide or keep certain things. Like, or even, whether it's for me, you know, us, or even themselves. There might be things, especially back then, okay? I can really look at it like both these energies are very similar in respect to, like, not facing certain things or wanting to hide things. So now I want to know, how does Richard feel about Martha, allegedly Fiona, today? Like, current energy. Like, what does Richard feel about Fiona currently? That seems like a lot. That's too many. Thanks. Alright. So, again, the love is Ace of Wands. Wow. Alright, on the bottom there's an Ace of Wands. It started with the lovers, but I'm going to put the lovers under the Ace of Wands. And then this 3 of Pentacle. So, the 6 of Cups. Wow, that's interesting. Alright, so the 6 of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Sun came out. Again, this is a general reading. It's for entertainment purposes only, but I'm just going to tell you what the cards are making me feel. 6 of Cups, this is a card of sometimes a soulmate, especially when I see it with the, you know, like the lovers, 4 of Wands, certain other cards. This is also about nostalgia, okay? Memories. So, Richard definitely holds and cherishes the memories that he has about this person. I'm going to say that he's even passionate about her, and that this could be saying to me, because at first I thought something, what I first thought, I'm going to say second, because then what I felt was that his ego is still filled, but because I guess the show has done so well and blah, 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 the encounter with this energy made it so that he could, like, believe in himself, be a creative energy, okay? Because the wand energy is also about creation, creating, like, literally, like artists, all right? And I see this big Ace of Wands here, and the Sun card. I feel like he believes and feels currently like his encounter with this person, he might even feel like with the lovers here and this being here, like it was meant to be. Okay? I would feel it even more so if I saw Wheel of Fortune or something, like it was destiny. But this tells me he looks at it like they're soulmates. Now, if you watch my readings, you know how I feel about soulmates. And if you're new to my readings, I will quickly say a soulmate is lovers, friends, parents, siblings, pets, okay? It's the relationships we have along the way that change who we are, all right? That's how I feel. That's how I describe it. And I sometimes, and I often say, just because someone is a soulmate doesn't mean we're meant to be with them or know them forever. There's a reason why, though, we encounter them. So that's what I'm seeing here with these two cards. And that, with this King of Wands being here, that he feels, and I don't know if he's actually verbalized this, but this is just what I'm getting from the cards, that he feels like without this encounter with this person, obviously, that he wouldn't have been able to become the creative energy that he is now recognized to be. And that this relationship has brought him a new beginning, a happiness. Okay? Like the ultimate happiness with the sun being there. And this could even be about how he was able to, like I just said before when I saw the sun card, how nothing is hidden in the light of the sun. But, and even with everything, there's purity. Okay? So there was like, you know, because of this encounter, because of this person, Martha, allegedly Fiona, you know, whatever, he was able to have this new beginning. All right, this person he sees as a soulmate was his reason and ability, and was part of why he was able to create anything that ended up being something that other people wanted to work with him to create. That's what I see there. So now I want to ask about Martha, allegedly Fiona. Same thing. How is she feeling about Richard today? How does Fiona feel about Richard today? Okay. Oh my gosh. Wow. Alright. Alright. I get the last time I'm going to say it. General reading. It's for entertainment purposes only. I'm just telling you what the cards say and make me feel. So, Four of Wands is here. Ace of Sword. Five of Wands. On the bottom, there was a Lovers. There's a Ten of Swords, Lovers, and a Knight of Sword. Okay, so the Four of Wands. This is the balanced connection. So when I see like the Four of Wands and the Lovers card, right, like I just said before with the Lovers and the Six of Cups over there, right, it's like the same thing. This is the home, the family, and engagement. It's a celebration. I would say with this Ace of Sword here and this Five of Wands. Alright, for me, Five of Wands, this is a feeling like we're not being understood. We're not being... People aren't hearing us. They're not working with us. Alright? They don't want to work with us. Ace of Sword. The ultimate truth. The new beginning. So, like, she could feel... like she still desires some sort of connection with this energy. She may think about what it's like to live with him, if they were engaged, if they were married, what it would be like. I just feeling this is like, could reminisce in her mind, like, what could have been, or like, you know what I mean? The fantasy of, like, what that would be like. I don't know if this is saying, like, in her mind, there's a fantasy of this that exists. I just felt it, so I said it. Or, you know, if this is like the realization that this type of connection is not reciprocated, that, what I say, like, doesn't feel understood by this person, by us, you know, period. Like, doesn't feel understood. Feels like her words are not being understood by others. Feeling betrayed, the Ten of Swords. I mean, pretty you know, it's what it is, man. She feels betrayed. Feels betrayed by the connection that she feels like she has with this person. And that he got that card too. So it's just a matter of, I just felt this. She could feel like she's betrayed by, like, her soulmate, just love. Like, feeling like she has to defend herself, defend the relationship, what it was back then to her, what it means now. Oy. Yeah. I'm gonna leave that there because, you know, yeah. Because I'm gonna say this. It's not like, you know, sometimes I do reads on certain people, like people that are trending that we know about. And I'll say, like, oh, I feel like they feel loony in the moon, like a little cuckoo or something. But I don't feel like this person sees themselves as that, okay? And I don't want to be I already feel like this kind of disrespectful what I'm doing, you know, it is. Like, peeking in on people like this, you know? But, so I don't want to, you know, but I'm feeling like she don't feel like she's loony in the moon, alright? So, yeah. I'm gonna leave that there, just because, you know, it's what it is. Alright, guys, if you stuck in, you know, to the end, and you want to support what I do here, and you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. That's how you support me and my little channel. Or you can buy me a coffee. Thank you in advance for any donations made. I appreciate it and you. If you want to request certain type of readings on trending people, topics, or zodiac signs and such, leave it in the comments. Let me know if you guys want a personal reading. Send me an email. Alright, I'm gonna leave that there. Again, it was, you know, general reading. It's for entertainment only, but that's what the cards had to say. Alright, love you guys. See you next time.